All aboard. Welcome to the parked bus. This is new. You haven't seen these two faces on your screen for a while, have you? They
Oh,
always say the sequel's not as good as the original, but let's try and prove that wrong. Well, it's me and Chris anyway. You know these two ugly mugs. You've seen us enough times. Enough times. We're back.
baby. We are back. And it feels good. It feels good to be back, me and you, We got such a strong bond over lockdown, didn't we? We were tight, We spent every day of the first
Yeah.
lockdown numero uno, just recording tier lists. And
Seems like a long time ago, doesn't it?
well, it is, mate, if you think about it. But then
2
at the
years,
same time,
essentially.
well, nearly. It's just
nearly.
frightening because if you think about it, saving Saints as well. Oh man.
Yeah, damn. All of it. Retrospective saving Saints. You want to go even further back and go back to old winning mentality as well.
Winning mentality, inject it.
How far do you want to go back?
Mate, 2019, it was the young ones, if you remember that.
The young ones, timeless debates, all of it.
Elite. But yeah, it's good to be back, baby. And this is the Park Bus. It is a new football vodcasting where we are just going to be talking every week about crap, effectively. We don't know how this is going to go. We just have a bit of fun with it and have a laugh, really, just so we can both, reunite and connect our souls once more.
And blow off some steam whilst talking about the world of madness that is football right now and all that's engulfing it. System of how it works, we've got a normal traffic light, red, amber and green. So red is an utter stinker, absolute stinker, the stinkiest it gets. Amber's like in between, not quite an absolute stinker.
I think it's like a stinker in the making.
It's a stinker in the making. It's on the hedgeroads to being awful. And then green is just bangers. Simple as that.
So it's going to be like sort of winners and losers every week, and yeah, it's going to be fun. And I'm looking forward to getting going.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Let's hope this bus doesn't crash like Ollie at the wheel.
Hey.
And anyways, let's get into the red light. We'll start with the bad stuff.
Talking about Ollie.
There's plenty of it. Yeah, I mean, we could talk about Ollie there. He's still stuttering a bit at United. Been given that star power.
I mean, I was more going towards Mark Noble this week.
Let's get on the actual topic of it. Mark Noble, Marky Mark. Oh dearie me, that touch map.
The thing is, it's not his fault. It's not his fault. That's the thing. It's David Moyes' fault. That one. He's done such He's done such a great job at West Ham. Who thinks, right, in their right mind, to put a player on cold, hasn't kicked a ball hard in the warm up, take
last kick of the game.
It's like
literally last kick of the game.
The lack of brain cells there. I guarantee you, Declan Rice buries that.
I can guarantee Declan Rice was effing and jeffing at David Moyes behind his back, all the way back into the changing room. I mean, the thing is with Moyes, and this is weird, he's been doing a great job at West Ham so far. That was just beyond. That was throwback to freaking Manchester United David Moyes, Real Sociedad David Moyes, the guy that couldn't pronounce his players' names. Roll the clip if we have it.
Era Mendy.
I felt bad for Mark because you can't blame Noble for that. You just cannot blame him.
And to be fair, right, if there is anyone you would bring on, it would be Mark Noble. And if he did score, it would look like a great decision. But I have never been so confident of a penalty going to be missed than that.
I was rumbled because David De Gea's got a rubbish record at saving pens. And Mark Noble's not missed a penalty since 2016 prior to that. He's only missed six in his entire Premier League career whilst at West Ham. So he's a man that you can trust at that spot. The fact that he literally just hit it at the right height for De Gea. Yeah, I did feel bad for him more so than anything. I was sort of like, Moyes, bro.
It's the biggest managerial stinker this year so far, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that. Absolutely wholeheartedly.
And he's done so well. Like, he's got West Ham into Europe and actually won a game.
They're actually exciting to watch. I enjoy watching West Ham, something I never thought I'd say in my life.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Let's segue on to the next red light. Lionel Messi. Pessi, as it was trending on Twitter. I saw that trending on Twitter. Pessi. Lovely.
Oh, mate. I want to clip this for the YouTube. Definitely. Lionel Messi's gone to PSG. We all expected the big impact, didn't we?
Farmers League and all that, that's the whole
he should realistically be like scoring 40 plus in that league Like even at his age now, even in the role he plays.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? You know, if someone like Berkey Yilmaz can go in and look like an absolute machine.
And unfortunately, well, he had to get substituted the other day by Maurizio Pochettino. And then be replaced, and they actually went on and won the game, didn't they?
Yeah, they had to. No, they won at the last because of Mauro Riccardi nabbing a last-minute header from an exquisite ball from Mbappe, by the way. But yeah, Pessi is. Oh, sorry, I can't stop saying it. Is he finished? Is he finished?
Is he finished? That's such. It is. I mean, we're going to get clowned for this. We're going to get absolutely.
We are, of course we are. Of course we are. He's going to go on a mad one soon.
Messi will start scoring hat tricks here, there, and everywhere. But I don't. You see Ronaldo, right? And I hate to compare the two greatest players of our generation. And lots of people say, "Oh, we have to appreciate them," but you can't help but compare these amazing players. You see, Ronaldo's gone into a new league, 2 years older than Messi, and has been, although his goals have been tap-ins, he has been in the position to score those tap-ins. That is his game. Like now, he is an evolved poacher.
And you know, it was a question. It was a big question. You know, you spend X amount of time at Barcelona. How would you react when you're in a new environment? And the French league's physical, man. It's a physical league. It's rough. They do put in challenges that are rough. It's a rough league, and I think he's been a bit shell shocked by that. But also, is he the man in that team? That's the thing. Barcelona, he was
the biggest dong in that team. Do you reckon?
I don't know. That's a hard one. That's a hard one.
Maybe we'll do another episode just focusing on that.
Who's got the biggest dong in the PSG squad? Yeah, like obviously Neymar's on pen duties because he took the penalty, against Lyon. Messi did take a free kick to hit the bar. Unlucky, probably not to score there.
I like it.
And he did miss a pretty good chance where he's put it wide on his stronger foot. So it's one of those, like, the chances are coming, but I don't know. It's a strange one. I just don't think it's going to work out as well as people think it's going to.
Despite the fact they are mucho plastico, they have got an unbelievable fan base. Like,
their fans are incredible, but I don't think that squad is anywhere near as good as people are making it out to be. I mean, if we break it down bit by bit, they've got 3 forwards who will not track, period. That's going to leave your flanks wide open. Your options at the flanks are Achraf Hakimi, who is very active in going forward, not exactly a defensive stalwart, and Juan Bernat. Outside of that, they signed Sergio Ramos, who, don't get me wrong, I love Sergio Ramos to the death. He is a top player. But he's also 36 and was incredibly injury prone last year. Hasn't touched the field for them yet.
It's not, but to be honest, right? What with the thing with PSG is they should be winning a Champions League with the amount of money they spent. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, sure, they should, but they won't because that squad's just not well.
I don't think it's well balanced. It's
not balanced at all.
You can tell it's run by a Qatari billionaire who loves money and loves the big names. Like, because
he's a clown. Khalifi is a clown, complete clown.
And the thing is, they bought in Zlatan, at the time was one of the biggest stars in world football. Messi now, Neymar, Mbappe. Where's the progression? Like, in terms of like a journey for PSG, their like journey should have finished with Thomas Tuchel winning the Champions League against PSG.
Yeah,
against Bayern Munich. Sorry.
Yeah,
that should be where their journey.
That was culmination. Yeah.
But then now they have to rebuild all over again, and they're doing it around an old man.
A 34-year-old man, yeah, with a 36-year-old at the back. Okay,
he's still unreal. He's still unreal. He's still unreal, Messi. We
Yeah. He's obviously still a top player. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, he's all of a sudden become Jemba, but you know, he's not. I don't think he's going to put up the same kind of freakish numbers we saw him putting up at Barcelona, where the system was literally all about him. How many years are you looking at realistically? Because Ronaldo's an athlete in that sense. You know, he can probably play till he's 40 at a pretty decent level at least. Does Messi have that same physique, that same athletic sort of drive? That's the question.
I really don't know. And it's going to be really interesting to see how his career finishes, really.
I mean, he's pulled up with an injury already now. He's missing the next league game, you know, after just being subbed out. Does he stay at PSG for the full contract that he's got of, I think it's 2 or 3 years? Does he leave?
I think he probably does. Like, the amount of money he's getting, I would stay there, whatever, even if I was.
Yeah, I'd sit on my ass on the bench, no problem. Like, yeah, you know.
I think he'll probably go back to Argentina at some point.
Yeah, you probably go back to Newell's Old Boys at some stage, but I think I've got a sneaking suspicion it'll be sooner than people expect, and I'm calling PSG to exit at the round of 16. Big boy prediction.
Ooh, you're hard.
Moving on, my favourite banter of the week always goes back to Everton.
One South American to another.
I love Everton because they are the gift that keeps on giving, even when they do well. And I will eat my words. You know, I love Rafa Benitez, and I actually hope they do well this year. But James Rodriguez, James Rodriguez, yeah. Mate.
Up the toffees.
This really hurts me deep down, man, because I'm a James fan. When he signed for Real Madrid, I was like besotted by him. He was brilliant. But it just hasn't worked, has it? It hasn't worked.
What I think with him is he's a world-class footballer. Okay, and
when he wants to be.
No. You can see that because he just looks a level above. He looked a level above Everton where he was, which isn't hard. I could be a level above Everton, but you know what I mean. He's a world-class footballer, but he's a walking pulled calf muscle.
That's the problem. He's always been a bit fragile.
He'll play 3 games and then you'll just think he'll pass a ball and then he'll go down and he'll be out for the next 4 weeks. It's one step forward, 2 steps back for James Rodriguez.
You can't build a side around him, and that's what I think Everton tried to do last year. And ultimately, it kind of worked. But it didn't really. Yeah, it didn't really work. Like, they looked good, but then at the same time, there was no substance to it.
Yeah.
I thought they'd probably sneak a European spot on the basis of up to Christmas, and then obviously after Christmas it just fell off.
All 5-2, mate. That's what they were.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they were. They were constipated, is what they were. But yeah, man, like James is such. I can't think of. I'd say it goes far to say maybe this generation's Adriano in the sense he didn't live up to what he could have been. Go back to 2014. That guy had the world at his feet. Straight up had the world at his feet. Fast forward, 7 years, and he's now on his way to Qatar.
And he'll probably retire quite soon. I wouldn't be surprised.
Wouldn't surprise me. I think I saw a tweet somewhere. Someone had a quote where they asked Colombians, like, what do you think of James Rodriguez? His response wasn't, top footballer. He said, a celebrity.
It's a bit like that, isn't it? It's just
telling, isn't it? Very telling.
But I think I know that Rafa Benitez definitely doesn't get along with James Rodriguez. Like,
he's not a Benitez player.
It doesn't work at all. Like, we'll say whatever you want about Xabi Alonso, right? A similar sort of player, a similar sort of standard. I mean, Xabi played deep at, but Xabi was slow, but he worked hard. He was tireless and physical. James Rodriguez doesn't run.
No, exactly. He plays at 2 miles an hour.
Yeah, and he's very, very good. Like, don't get me wrong, he's a world-class footballer, as I said, but it just doesn't work. Like, he doesn't work for Rafa Benitez. The only thing he got left is just James Rodriguez saying up the toffees, and that's the legacy of his career at Everton.
Yeah, I'd love to know what Everton fans really feel, because I feel like he's been quite disrespectful to them as a club in his recent months. When he was on Twitch saying, I don't even know who they're playing next. I'm like, damn, it really does. It has become like that.
We'll get a move on from being red. We'll go into the amber, shall we? We'll slightly piss out of these.
Yeah, let's move on to the amber. I mean, we'll start it on a sour note for you to some degree. Thiago injured.
Another one?
The last 15 games of the season, he was just ridiculous. He was so good.
He found his rhythm. I think he kind of snapped into gear.
He was the catalyst behind us finishing third. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have finished third. I'm certain of it. Like, he just had the control of games. At Old Trafford, he was just world class.
He's got that ability, man. Like, on the ball, there's not many better than him, especially when it comes to distribution. You can watch him string those passes along all day. As much as I do, meme and joke about him, I do appreciate that he's an absolute fantastic player.
I think Thiago is like, I've actually just got a shirt with him on the back, by the way. But I think he is the evolution in the next step of where Liverpool will go under Klopp. He is a key part of that, even though he is 30 now. We're going to have more technical players in midfield. We've seen Harvey Elliott come in this season and done really well. Naby Keita's another one who is still flat as to deceive, but he's starting to get a little bit of fitness, touch wood. But yeah, it's a bit of a stinker, but hopefully it's only for a couple of games.
Could be worse, right?
Yeah. So I think with Thiago, hopefully it's one of those. It's an amber at the moment. Hopefully it's green soon, but I prefer it not to be red.
Yeah, it's going to be touch and go in that sense, isn't it? Can he continue to stay fit this season? Given last season he was quite hit and miss with that fitness.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see how he develops this season. Now he's got a season under his belt, how comfortable he is. Sticking with Spanish-related stuff, Barcelona. I love to meet Barcelona. I'm enjoying Barcelona right now because they are in the mud.
They are
In the mud. Fully in the mud. They're broke. They've got a crap coach. Messi's gone. The squad's crap. Oh, it's grand. Bellissimo. It's perfect.
Messi un club.
I have waited for this day for years to see this club just firmly paying for their crimes. Armageddon is firmly upon Catalonia.
It
and I am
certainly
enjoying every damn second of it. Connor Dunford compared me to an Arsenal fan, saying that I am enjoying their failures like an Arsenal fan hates Spurs. You know what? I don't care.
Don't care.
I'm going to enjoy every second. I've been tormented for years by that club, especially in the early 2010s when they were absolutely ridiculously good. And I had to watch my side get pummeled 5-1, 6-0, all that kind of crap.
Yeah, I mean, you are firm favourites now. Real Madrid are firm favourites in that. El Clasico.
Yeah, which is weird because, like I said, it's just weird.
What, is it El Clasico anymore? Like, realistically, it's not the two best teams in the world anymore, like it used to be.
Yeah, it's quickly become El Asico, pretty much.
Yeah, because I mean, Real Madrid are in transition. You're going to be. You can tell with Real Madrid, as I talked about PSG earlier. Real Madrid, you can see have got a plan. They've bought in Camavinga, I think. So
don't talk to me about that guy, bro.
Camavinga is the signing of the summer for me. I think, player, honestly, he is. I think I'd argue you just put him in green anyway. I think he's 100% the best signing this summer by any club. £30 million, by the way, for someone who will be like the best midfielder in the world, in my opinion.
Even in those cameos he's made, like there's just the vibe around him. He's just you can tell he's a generational guy. He's so assured on the ball. He takes responsibility. He's got an engine for days. He's just different, man.
Yeah. And then Barcelona, unfortunately, they can't afford to have a plan because they have no money.
So 1.5 billion euros in debt.
Like, that is
astronomical figures.
Like, it's like sad. It's really
January they were talking about bankruptcy in January. They were talking about bankruptcy. They've had to get star players like PK, Busquets, those kind of guys to take pay cuts just so they could register players. And they're only registering a guy who's going to spend most of his time in the treatment room anyway, Sergio Aguero. What was the point of registering him? There was no point.
I mean, Aguero clearly doesn't want to be there anymore. He wanted to go play with Messi, didn't he?
Yeah, you could tell he's mad about it. I mean, I don't understand that move. Then they signed Luke de Jong, who's got 15 goals in 2 seasons. 2 seasons.
15 goals, mate. Fair enough. Barcelona rocking with Martin Braithwaite and Luke de Jong up top. To be fair, Memphis Depay has to carry them this year.
He's a baller. I can't deny that guy. And I feel sorry for him, man. Like, he probably thought he was getting a dream moving to a club with that stature, that name, that historic value. He's covered the worst time. Like, you're talking like Rijkaard, early noughties decline era.
Plus, because I think, didn't they win the Champions League under Rijkaard? I'm pretty
sure. They did, yeah. And then it went stinker after that. Like, in between Pep and him, it was really bad for a little period of time. This is like at that point in time.
I think it's like worse because
it's probably worse because monetary they're screwed. Squad is aging.
Will they ever come back to what they were?
I don't see how. I honestly don't see how. Like, they've got players who are class. Don't get me wrong. Like, Pedri is a baller. Ansu Fati's a baller. Ronald Araujo is a really good centre back. And they've got a few, young players coming through. Like Demir looks like a good little prospect. Ricky Puig, if he gets the chance to come through.
They sold Mariba, didn't they?
They did sell Mariba, which is moronic, by the way. Like, that kid is going to be a baller and then some. I don't know why you guys didn't go in for him.
I loved
Klopp through and through. That guy's Klopp through and through.
The reason why we're putting them in amber is because it's not all bad. They are only a win away from second place. I think getting in the Champions League this season would be a massive achievement for Barcelona.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Their main aim is just to stay stable this season. I don't think they're winning anything. They won't win the cup. They definitely won't win the league. And if they somehow win the Champions League,
They used to watch them against Bayern Munich. They were so bad.
Bayern didn't get a second gear.
Barcelona will probably go into the Europa League, in my opinion. Like the way that they're going, yeah. But they're in the amber because they are still only a win from second. So crisis is currently happening, but they are sitting in that house on fire.
Panic stations haven't been struck yet.
Unwounded. Formerly Barcelona man, though, we're going to cover next in amber.
Yeah, Pep Guardiola. Oh, dearie me, Pep. What have you done? Turn up, he said. Come next Saturday, he said.
Waged war with Man City fans.
I'm not going to apologise, he said. Draw to 0-0, they never said.
He did say, though, to be fair, he did say before, he said Southampton will be really dangerous. We need all the fan support. No, it's the age-old banter, isn't it? The empty had, the empty seats, the city is yours, all that kind of stuff. I think it is a bit tiresome sometimes. Like there is a proper good Man City fans, but then
there are some.
There's not many.
Don't get me wrong.
There's not many. There's not, and you can't build a dynasty in 10 years.
No, look at Chelsea for example. Chelsea have built one, but it's taken them nearly 20.
Yeah,
in that period of time.
Even then, they're still a little bit plastic.
They're still a little bit plastic. There's a bit more authenticity behind Chelsea than there is behind City and PSG for that matter. But yeah, like Pep, just what a utter piss take with yourself. It's just the fact he tried to play Billy Big Balls in the present. I'm not apologising. I have nothing to apologise for. If it's upset, then I'll step away.
If Guardiola,
sure you will. Yeah, I'm sure you will step away from all that cash.
Yeah, and just an unbelievable squad. Like, good luck, mate.
Yeah,
highly doubt that will happen.
Let's talk about some interesting stuff, the good stuff.
Yeah, we leave the good stuff till last, mate.
We'll start with that freak, that Norwegian freak, Erling Haaland.
It's a fantastic It's a fantastic player.
No, he's a Norwegian. He's a Norwegian something else. I don't know what he is. Fraud. Yeah. No, Erling Haaland.
Why not?
Oh my word. What a man.
He's just
what's his goal record? I saw it. It's
68 goals in 67 games for Dortmund. Like,
just to think there were people who actually questioned whether he would be able to keep up that kind of. You could see that kid was different. You could just see it.
At Salzburg, like when he came to Anfield, he did score a tap in, to be fair. But his movement, he's built like a brick, right?
He's huge.
He's also rapid. He's so
it's weird.
fast.
He's something different about that guy. Obviously, there's going to be the eventual age-old debate, Mbappe or Haaland. It's like the next Messi and Ronaldo.
I'm all in the Haaland camp.
I'm the opposite camp.
I genuinely think Erling Haaland is the heir to Cristiano Ronaldo's throne.
I agree with that. I do agree with that.
He is just... He's a little bit like Ronaldo in his movements sometimes.
And off the ball movement, I agree. Yeah. Like, he's so fucking intelligent. So intelligent.
Oh man,
terrifying player. And that goal he scored at the weekend. Oh,
who would you rather have in your team in their prime? And we haven't seen Haaland in his prime yet. But would you rather Lewandowski?
Oh, that's tough, man.
Or Lewandowski or Haaland in their prime?
It's really tough because they both bring such. I mean, right now, I don't think there's a better finisher on the planet than Lewandowski. I just don't think there is. I think he's the most clinical finisher on the planet right now. And anyone who says, "Oh, it's the Bundesliga," this, that, and the other, the man is just insane. His record over the last few seasons is insane. And it's not just his finishing; his link-up ability is actually quite underrated. I do think people underrate his ability to link up. I think that's the only thing that Haaland is lacking a little. Is his on-ball ability is a bit. I won't say shaky. I think that'd be harsh, but it's definitely not quite up to par yet. Like you couldn't give him the ball and expect him to dribble past a few players.
No,
that's not a knock on him at all.
It's not his game, really. He's
not his game,
but he's so powerful. Honestly,
he's a freight train. Like you get in the way, you'll get him mauled.
Yeah, but talking of strikers and someone that you love personally.
Oh yeah, I've got a huge affection for this man. Benzema is on song this season.
The dream. Benzema.
He's been on song for the last few seasons, but this season in particular, that man is just playing at a level that's beyond even what I could thought would be possible. 11 goal contributions in 5 games.
That's unreal, isn't it? How many goals and assists, which wise is that?
He's got, I think it's 6 goals and 5 assists.
That's just unreal. But now with Messi gone, Ronaldo obviously left. Benzema's La Liga's best player.
Yeah, he's the marquee guy of the league now.
And yeah, I really rate Benzema. I think he's so underrated.
He's exquisite, man. Like, utterly exquisite. The scary thing is that start to the season, those opening 5 games, is only bettered in La Liga history by Leo Messi's 91 goal season. No one's had a better start than that. Even Ronaldo's 14-15 season, which he finished with 61 goals in all comps, isn't on that same wavelength as what Benzema started with this season. Just to put into context how amazing this start has been.
And it's crazy as well. What is he, 33?
33, yeah. He's 34 in December.
He's a fine wine, mate. Fine wine.
Unbelievable. And it's not just the goals, it's his play outside of it. I mean, if you get a chance to go and watch the highlights against Valencia, there's a moment where he chases the ball down from like the halfway line. He pings it up the field. It almost goes out twice for a throw-in and for a goal kick. He somehow kept it in both times and still played across him.
Yeah.
Utterly ridiculous.
I think now, though, it's weird because there was a couple of years when Ronaldo and Bale were really going at it. And it's only from my viewpoint that Benzema was almost subpar.
Yeah, he was. He absolutely was. I mean, there was the season where we won the 3rd Champions League in a row. I think he only got 5 league goals that year. Or 6 league goals. That was a really dingy year for him.
It was when he scored one. Karius rolled the ball into his leg.
Yeah, that was a year. That was that same year. He got very little goals that year. That's the only season where he's really, really underperformed. I mean, there's been other seasons where he's not like hit, stupendous levels. But I mean, now I'd say after maybe Haaland and Lewandowski, he's probably the 3rd best striker in the world right now on current form. Ronaldo's a weird one. What is he? What is he?
Yeah. Well, that's a debate for another day. But yeah, that is the end of the first episode, mate. It's been
we're parking this bus for now.
Yeah, the bus has been parked for episode 1. Been good fun, mate. I've enjoyed this.
Yeah, no, it's been a nice blast to just rack over the football, and it's back in full form now with the fans in the stadium, which I didn't realize how even just on a broadcast how much you miss it. It's just nice. It's all nice. It's all very nice.
Are you gonna be going down to watch Solihull Moors?
Probably not. Maybe I've been trying to sneak tickets to a United game for like the local sides around here, but I've not had a chance to catch any of those yet. But I will be traipsing across to Spain at some point soon as well to go and attend a Madrid game. That's my plan at least some point this season.
Yeah.
Now that Boris has finally grown a pair and said fuck green and amber lists. And I've had my jab, so
happy days.
Big up to the NHS.
Finitoed. Thank you very much for listening. And
we'll catch you very soon.
Era Mendy